defeated. Defeated collective. They did. They sacrificed the union. Okay, you guys. They sacrificed a Two of Cups. They sacrificed a friendship. For some of you guys, a marriage. Something sacred. I feel like the Two of Cups is soulmate. I feel like it is definitely love. Compatibility. They sacrificed balance. In sacrificing this relationship, they sacrificed their own balance. And the reason why I say defeated is because as I look at these cards, I am really thinking to myself, this is what their life has boiled down to. You know, this is very sad, you guys. The reason why is because, like I said, somebody here was a sacrifice so that somebody could go off, start something without somebody here. Shiny object syndrome, possibly. Thinking the grass was greener on the other side. Thinking that they were going to be getting gains. Maybe, perhaps their life will be a lot better, okay? Maybe this is what was going on in their brain. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thinking that the love that somebody showed here, the life that somebody showed here, thinking that this was plentiful, thinking that they can exploit, all right? I'm getting the word exploited. Thinking that they can exploit some type of, situation to where, not situation, this relationship, whatever you guys was forming in this relationship, not only did they exploit it, but they felt like they can take parts of it and add it to their own life, right? Without you. But they didn't understand that the only reason why they was even on this path was because of someone here. They didn't get that part. And that's the reason why I say it's sad, because the energy is defeated. They're defeated. They're set back. Yes, they may have gained a little something, and which they did. They gained, okay? But the payoff, it just wasn't this, it's not the same. Okay, you guys? They backstabbed, betrayed, sacrificed through so much betrayal. They single-handedly destroyed a serious union. Okay, you guys? All because they thought that it was better somewhere else. It wasn't that they didn't love you. It wasn't that they didn't feel the emotion of love. It was something else. It was shiny object syndrome. It was the need, the want to be out there. It was a whole lot of things that they justified in their mind. That this here betrayal, this here backstabbing is worth it. It's definitely worth it for whatever it is that they're going to get. At least that's what they thought, y'all. And this shit is very sad. As I meditated over this energy, you guys, I was like, wow. So this is what everything has boiled down to for them. Because they are realizing the life that they had with you failed because of their own lack of effort, their lack of concentration, their lack of consistency, and their lack of unity. They understand this, and it is hitting their ass hard, okay? You need to understand that. If some of you guys, it's going to be your husband, it's going to be your wife, all right? They lost so much just to gain nothing, okay? They're not satisfied where they are. They keep dreaming. They keep going after what's important to them. They keep doing this over and over again to the point to where it's become ritualistic. What also has become ritualistic is the emptiness they feel, even when they achieve certain things, all right? This is part of their karma. And this right here is for the rest of their entire life. This is not just temporary, okay, you guys? The reason why is because whoever I'm reading for, I sense that this is a serious divine union. I sense that this was a encounter like that wasn't even supposed to be. Like, for instance, what I mean is, it's like maybe the way you met this person was even real crazy, right? It wasn't normal how you even met this individual. It ain't like you met him online. It ain't like it was almost like a chance encounter, all right? That was because both of y'all worlds was colliding with destiny to meet each other, okay, you guys? Things were supposed to happen. There was supposed to be forward momentum. There was supposed to be a lot of great things that was going to come out of this union. It's not that they did not know that, just like you know it, all right? Because even in the way you met, that itself signified that this is a divine encounter. So what I'm saying is that they sacrificed it. They sacrificed a divine encounter for greed, for selfishness, for lust, for wanting to be seen, for wanting to go off on their own and do something that was always meant for them to do with you. Listen, they are paying a price. This is not your average karma read, okay? Because this is somebody's life, right? So like, okay, we meet people, right? And then, they travel with us, you know what I'm saying? But for a time, right? But there are some people in my community, we call it twin flame. There are some that has a serious soul bond connection, all right? And it's really destiny for these two wholes to come together. That's where I differ from a lot of people, because I don't believe in halves. I believe in a whole individual coming together with another whole individual, all right? So I feel like you guys was merged, all right? Big possibilities. I feel like y'all dreamed real big. I feel like when you looked at each other in each other's eyes, you both seen the future. Okay, I really do. It was very intense. Whoever this read is for, and my sole intention for this read, even when I was praying and meditating, is for this video to find who it is for. Okay. This you've went on. You this betrayal, this backstabbing, this right here definitely did cause somebody to stumble, all right? But it didn't slow you down, and it didn't stop you. And the reason why is because it wasn't never you that broke this connection. It wasn't never you that backstabbed, betrayed, and sacrificed this divine connection. It wasn't ever you. Matter of fact, for a lot of you guys prayed for this union. You guys went through all kind of seasons of disappointment, seasons of surrender, seasons of self-improvement, seasons of being wounded, seasons of being tired and frustrated, seasons of your energy being drained as well. All while standing up, keep going forward, pushing towards the mark with 10 knives in your back. And you've seen it. I'm talking to a high priestess with a divine union, okay? Dude or female, don't matter. No, it doesn't matter. You seen each one of these knives come out. You knew what their intention was. You seen where they went left. You seen where they went rogue. You witnessed it firsthand and got on your knees and started praying each and every time. But you don't got control over another person. And now this is one of the lessons that you learned. Well, I don't really feel like somebody doesn't love this person anymore, because honestly, like I said, this is a divine connection. Yes, there was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of backstabbing. I feel like this person tried their best to destroy you and what you guys had. All in the name of sacrifice. All in the name of having better. Thinking there was better. Thinking there was something magical without you. Taking bits and pieces of your energy and you guys' divine connection and taking it somewhere else, thinking that they can work it somewhere else. This is not the case. They thought wrong. They thought wrong, very wrong, and defeated. Very, very defeated is what they are, okay? Set back is what they are. They're in suspension. They're very, very uncertain. And the reason why they're uncertain is because this thing that they're doing called life, they're starting to understand that there's no such thing as the grass being greener on the other side. There's no such thing as growing without working. And when I say working, I'm not talking about like physical labor, right? I'm talking about self-work. There's no way that you can grow mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically, without work. And this is what they're thinking. This is what they're starting to realize. They're starting to realize that every single thing that they are trying to accumulate, they already had. They already had. The only thing that was missing is the glory, because they wanted the glory. They wanted the glory and the divine connection. They wanted the validation. They wanted to be seen. They wanted people to praise them. You see what I'm saying? That shit is done. They themselves are a wrap. You need to understand that. They lost. Y'all, they sacrificed everything. Okay? Whatever y'all built, whatever this friendship, however long it took to build this friendship, this marriage, this union, this family, they sacrificed it. All to realize they have gained nothing. And they're still not happy. This is sad. Okay, you guys? This is sad. So, this is what we're dealing with. And this is what we're going to deal with, okay? So, I'm going to use this deck. Let me see if I'll be able to. All right, collective. Much love, much respect, you guys. Thank you so much for still being here with me. I love you guys to life. Shout out, Train to Go. Shout out, that is my membership. That is my brotherhood. That is my sisterhood, you guys. Shout out to my day ones, my VIPs, and also my chat with Nikki. You guys join Train to Go, my membership, $4.99 a month, lowest tier, super, super cheap. Definitely does support the channel, gets me to come to you more, promos, perks, and discounts. And if you guys are wanting personal read, I am only reading for Train to Go, okay? So with that being said, I am going to the throne. You guys, please hit the thumbs up button and hype your girl if you guys are feeling generous. I'm praying over everything on this table, the cards, the clarifiers, everything. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, you guys, I'm asking for truth, revelation, confirmation, guidance, consolation, peace, and protection. As I give Yeshua, Messiah, Jesus Christ, all the praise, the honor, and the glory, in which he definitely does deserve, and that is exactly what we are expecting in this reading, okay? So, there was a love here. There was a love here that was a divine connection, okay? Holy Spirit, tell me about it. Ooh, too many cards. Tell me about this Two of Cups. This is sad. I literally, I have to really literally go back over this energy several times because this is very, very sad. Yeah. I feel like some of you guys, judgment is here, okay? I feel like some of you guys tried to raise the dead so many times. I feel like you believed in something that every last one of your senses told you not to believe in. This person is under judgment for this sacrifice. This person is under judgment because they sat up here and backstabbed, betrayed, exploited, or attempted to exploit for their own glory. And for some of them, they did it in the name of the Lord. Yep. This is not good. Holy Spirit, give me a little bit more for this Two of Cups. Yeah, this is not good at all. Do I need to change my deck? Because honestly, thank you. Right. They left. They abandoned ship. They dipped. The reason why they dipped, you guys, is because they thought that, like I said, the grass was greener. They thought that they was going to have a life elsewhere. They were going to get the glory for that life. And they wanted to be seen. They wanted to be seen as, you know, they just wanted the glory, y'all. I mean, I really don't. They wanted to be seen as number one. They wanted to be seen as the number one stunner. And they sacrificed. They sacrificed everything that God gave them in this divine connection in order to do that. For some of you guys, they left you. They ghosted you. They walked out on you. For some of you guys, you got pushed to the brink and you said no more. You realized that you can't make something go. Okay? Some of y'all just flat out gave up. We're going to change decks if I keep having a hard time. Yeah, this person was very delusional. This person was not thinking straight. I believe the enemy had a lot to do with this, you guys. I mean, bottom line is they really, they wanted to be something so bad in their life, right? This is somebody who never really was, they never really like was proud of themselves, right? For the achievements that they had, right? So they wanted to be seen. They wanted to be seen around these people, around this social group, this community of individuals, family members, friends, co-workers, whoever these people are. But they wanted to not only be seen as proud of themselves, they wanted to other people to be proud of them as well, as if they're the ones that put everybody else on, right? They were tired of living under the shadow of other individuals, okay? Or what they perceived to be the shadow of other individuals, okay? Sometimes that's what we do. Sometimes God blesses us in certain positions to whereas, you know what I'm saying? This is our path. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are in positions that they did not work to get, but that just happens to be their blood right, okay? There are certain people who happens to meet certain people and network and collab with certain people and end up in certain positions that maybe if they would not have networked or collabed with, that they would be in that position, okay? Everybody is blessed in a different type of way, okay? Yes, there are some people that definitely do have to get it from the ground up and out of the mud, okay? But guess what? They understand that they're being divinely guided to do this, all right? This person here wanted to play God in their own life, all right? They wanted the glory. They wanted to be seen as, I can put somebody on, or I'm this individual. You see what I'm saying? And there's no truth to this. They have evidence of some sort of simulation of success or simulation of love because of the union that they have with you. Okay? You showed them something else, or being with you showed them something else. Maybe the first time they ever got on the airplane was with you. Maybe the first time they ever went to a live basketball game was with you. Maybe the first time they ever went to, you know, a very, very expensive restaurant was with you. Maybe the first time they ever met any success, like even on a small level, was with you. They seen the way you looked at them, and they took for granted the fact that everybody else was going to look at them the same way. These people, they co-conspired with this person, because what these people did, this community of individuals, what they did was they gassed them up even more than what they already started I don't know. You know how your eyes wander and you start getting curious about other things and maybe something better over there type shit? Yeah, it's like that. And these folks gassed them up, but it wasn't like it was better over there when it came down to bringing you with them or you guys being on the same accord. They knew they had to sacrifice you. They had to sacrifice something divine in order to get here. But I'm going to tell you something. It didn't work. They ass is hanging upside down in stagnation, limbo, regret, and defeat. This person has done more than enough. And yes, they are. They are under judgment. And they are hitting a freaking tower. Head first. And matter of fact, let me just go on and say, thank you, Holy Spirit. They're not just hitting a tower like now, right? You guys, they're hitting tower after tower after tower. Because remember, the tower is just not sudden shocking events, right? That's not the only thing this tower means. This tower can mean upheaval. It can mean uncomfortability. It can mean negativity. And that is what this person experiences over and over and over again. Defeat, destruction, okay? Over and over again. And the reason why is because they're under judgment. All right, you guys? Trying to make this, you know, because honestly, this is some heavy energy. This is a divine union right here that somebody literally sacrificed. How do you sacrifice a divine union for things that are going to pass away? You cannot take wealth with you. You cannot take... Man, this person got pride. Oh my God. Yeah. They've wanted it from a child. Okay? They were delusional. They wanted the glory. They thought themselves to be something ever since a child. They had childlike wonder. And as they got to be grown, that childlike wonder turned dark. Very dark spirited. They were angry. They were angry at the family they were born into. They were angry in the circumstances they was born into. They was angry at the hand that they was dealt. And when they met somebody here, something sparked. All right? Something reignited this here childlike wonder. But the problem is like I said, this was a divine union. So if it's a divine union, then it's a divine course. Okay? And it's a divine objective. All right, you guys? This person juggled that. This person was like, you know what? Maybe it is a divine union. Maybe it is a divine course. Maybe it is a divine objective. But I can sacrifice it. And they were thinking of ways on how to do that. So juggled. Juggled is what they did, okay? They sacrificed something here. Somebody here. They backstabbed, betrayed, exploited someone here. They lived a double life. And it all has everything to do with money, y'all. It got everything to do with living the life that they wanted to live. See, they never need you for the equation. They understand the divine meeting, right? They get that. They know that it's something different, right? They know that. But because they've always had this dream, because they've always wanted to be more, they thought it wise to juggle. They thought it wise to deceive. They thought that they was getting away with living a double life. They worship money. They worship money and they worship position. It really just is that simple. And for whoever this is for, I'm really sorry, okay? Because somebody has a divine connection with somebody who definitely did have that light. Their light now has become very, very dull, y'all. Like I said, this person is dark. They have dark energy that surrounds them, okay, you guys? For a lot of them, they came from a dark family, all right? So that's the reason why there was a lot of condoning of not so good behavior. And especially if it was a marriage involved, because, you know, you really don't fool with God's covenants like that. So, you know, with these people coming against somebody in somebody's marriage, I mean, that right there, they're all getting dealt with. I mean, judgment is here, okay, for everybody here, all right? Even the voices that's in their damn head, okay? Holy Spirit, give me a little bit more. Right. I feel like you've had to have strength to get past this. And I believe that you were blessed with this this energy here, okay? Because going through the betrayal, going through the backstabbing, hitting rock bottom for some of you guys, being attacked for some of you guys, and even after severing these ties, it was almost like, you know, like I said, it's I can't use a different word. This is sacrifice, okay? I feel like somebody understood at one point in the game, or is understanding now, that mind over matter, mind over heart, mind over emotions, self-love, courage, instincts, these are the flashlights that is going to see you out of the darkness, okay? So I feel like a lot of you guys have taken that energy on. I know you have, especially trying to go. Holy Spirit, give me a little bit more. This is betrayal beyond betrayal. And this is not just betrayal for you. They betrayed themselves. Okay? And to me, that's the worst betrayal. You know, to betray yourself. I mean, they watch you. They watch you. They wanted to exploit you. They single-handedly destroyed you, tried to destroy you, destroyed whatever you guys had as far as this union, backstabbed and betrayed. They sacrificed this. They sat up here and watched to see if you were going to succumb to this energy, all right? Because if you were to succumb to this energy, it would have powered them. It would have powered them up, all right, you guys? But you didn't. You didn't. So it did not power them up. Because we can't take the divine aspect out of this. You guys were divinely connected, okay? This is a demon in somebody's life. They're watching you. What are they watching? They're watching you become cold. They're watching you become detached. They're watching you stand on business. They're watching you in an energy that they don't even recognize you anymore, all right? They understand that their actions, what they've done, they will never, ever see this energy that they witnessed with you again in their life, especially when it comes down to you. They will never, ever get that same energy, okay? And they're seeing that, and I'm going to tell you something, they don't like it, okay? Because you got to understand, this is plans, all right, y'all? So, I mean, anytime we got plans, we got plan A, we got plan B, we got plan C. You know, so at any point in the game, they thought that you know, okay, well, if this don't work, right? I can really come back. I can spin the block. I could, you know, continue, right, to exploit, continue to cause setbacks. I can continue to betray because I know that this person loves me. That's what they were thinking. That's what they were thinking. But their plan failed, okay? Because you're showing up as King of fucking Swords, all right? So what this means is that you're very detached, you're very cold. There was some legal matters possibly was, especially if you guys were married with the Two of Cups, okay? Money situation, possibly they owe you some money, all right? But nonetheless, you're very detached, you're very cold, and they're watching this energy, all right? And they don't like it. They don't recognize it. First of all, they're like, wait a minute, hold on. It's almost like, you know, going back to a place that you're very familiar, but that place doesn't look the same anymore. Holy Spirit, give me a little bit more. Right. They're seeing your new beginnings. They're seeing you overcome challenges. They're seeing you accept challenges. They're seeing you have a new life. Okay? So this could have been a while, all right? But nonetheless, it's justice. All right? This is your reward. because you didn't get back. All right, you accepted what was. You didn't succumb. At this point in the game, I feel for a lot of you guys, your mission was not to succumb. Your mission was to not die. Your mission was not to concede. Your mission was, even through the setbacks, the fatigue and the wounds, to keep pushing forward. And that's what you did. Okay, so just on that alone, you're being blessed. Okay, and they're watching this. Holy Spirit, I'm gonna change my deck. I don't like to have to, these cards don't even feel right. They're watching you be loved on. Okay, they're watching you be loved on. You're about to start embodying all the kings here. Okay, you guys, I want you to know that. So, you know, I feel like there's a good possibility that somebody here emperored up. All right, so whereas somebody was down in the dumps, somebody had to dig, claw, and scratch their way up out of this energy. I feel like you went through different seasons of this, of course, but not only through different seasons. With each season, you became, you received another crown. Okay, and I'm going to believe that if I continue seeing it this way, because I feel like somebody emperored up here. They're seeing you be loved on. They're seeing you be abundant. All right, they're seeing this in any kind of way. It could be your business. It could be, you know, your family, you know, inheritance, lump sum, building an empire, climbing a ladder, but nonetheless being blessed. Oh, okay. So they're watching you be blessed in the way that they wish they fucking was. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Listen, whatever it is that you're doing, this is what they wanted. Okay, this is what they wanted, and they're watching you. Holy Spirit, and they're hitting towers. Whew. Told you, over and over and over again. It's not that they're happy for you. No, they're not. They're not happy for you at all. Okay, they resent you. They're angry. They're angry that their sacrifice didn't work, and now they got a whole lot to pay here. All right, they're defeated. It's just that simple. And this is what they need to, they need, to me, and in my personal opinion, this is what they need to get used to. And that's not too far-fetched, y'all. It really isn't. And I'm gonna tell you how I know it's not too far-fetched, because you know those people, you know, that you talk to sometimes, and you hear them say, oh yeah, I remember this time, and I remember that time. A lot of them be older. You know, oh, I remember when this, and I remember when that. It's like every time you come around those certain type of energies, the only thing they do is live in the past. And the reason why they live in the past, you guys, is because that's when they felt alive. That's when they felt worth something. That's when, and sometimes if you look at them, I got a really bad habit of looking people dead in the eyes and like just staring at them. You know what I'm saying? And I really be trying to temper myself, but I get a lot of information that way. But I'm gonna tell you, sometimes when they're talking about what they used to do, and I'm not talking about like, you know, some people are like, oh, well, I remember when I worked at such and such, and I remember when I was going to school, and da-da-da. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. The people that sit there and every time you damn talk to them, the only thing they're talking about is back in the day. Back in the day. That's it. They don't have any present information. They don't have any futuristic information. All they talk about is being in the past, because they stuck there, y'all. And if you look at them long enough, you'll start to see a glimmer in their eye. That was the last time they felt alive, okay? And that is what this person needs to get used to, all right? This is their future, because that is the energy that they're embodying. You see what I'm saying? The sacrifice didn't work. They sacrificed a divine union with a divine mission for something that they can go off and get glory from. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm just saying, God, I mean, I you know. What's going on? You bounced back in a way that was, didn't I tell you? Y'all need to hype me up. I be tapped in. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I told you you was embodying all kings. Didn't I tell you that? You empered up. This was a journey in your life. If they would not have done this, if they would not have taken the route that they've taken, I'm not saying the whole sum of you is because of this. No. What it did was it ignited a divine mission, a destiny in you that was meant to be shared, okay? But because your counterpart, this person, was so dark and they didn't take upon the light, then what it did was you got all of it. It transferred. What you guys could have been together, it all transferred to you. That is amazing, okay? It is amazing. This was supposed to kill you. This was supposed to finish you off. You wasn't supposed to have no more hope. You were supposed to be defeated. You were supposed to be wounded. You were supposed to be exhausted and tired. You were supposed to do a whole lot of shit as far as they concerned. But what they dark ass didn't understand is that they were dealing with somebody that was not built like that. You're built different. Very much so different. Train to go. Give me a little bit more. Tell me about what's going on, because they're watching you and they're watching you emperor up. You're running shit, okay? If you're not there yet, you will be, okay? You're very wise, okay? There's been so many things that's taught you so much. You're extremely wise. Let me go get this card. Service. 6 of coins. Emperor, the 6 of coins. Not only are you wise, not only are you a provider, not only are you a protector, not only are you running shit, but you're very generous. You're very generous. You're very merciful. You have a lot of compassion. See, this is what the problem is right here, okay? Because you wasn't supposed to be this. See, you were supposed to turn dark. You were supposed to, you know, you were supposed to do some shit that you know damn good and well, and y'all know what I want to say, all right? But I can't even phantom that, right? But that's what you were supposed to do. But no, you didn't curse him. You blessed him, and you took up your cross and you walked with it, and you became something more, or is becoming something more than what this person could ever imagine. But what they don't understand, y'all, is that it was in you into the beginning. It was in you when you was with this person. Yes, you're different. Yes, you've changed, but you're still giving. You're still loving. This person is being, listen, they tried to sacrifice you. They're under judgment, all right? They're in hangman at this particular time. Their life is stagnant, okay? Their energy is stagnant, all right? Everything about them is stagnant at this point in the game. Right. We already know that they was buck wild in and out. Holy Spirit, we know this. We know that they prepared to betray somebody here. Got everything to do with money. It has everything to do with money. It wasn't necessarily the grass was greener on the other side. They wanted more. Greed, right? So it was money, sex, wanting to be seen. They wanted the glory, okay? They ass is getting dealt with. I just want you to know that, okay? Because the only individual that I know of that wants the glory for themselves is the enemy, okay? And that is what this person is showing up to be. They sacrificed the divine union for greed. They didn't think. They should have thought a little bit longer and harder about this. They really should have. They thought. Didn't I tell you? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Didn't I tell you? I said the only one that I know that wants the glory is the enemy. No. We give glory to who we serve because he is the one that does all things for us. We can do nothing of our own. There's nothing. I can't even do this read without the Holy Spirit. I can't do anything without him. So those that can understand and feel me know that there's no way in the hell that we would have ever made it. We know where our help come from. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. This person turned dark. They're very tempted. They're very manipulative. They restricted you. They restricted you and they tried to have you in bondage. Mental bondage, manipulation, addictions. Yes, there's somebody else in their energy. Who gives a fuck, okay? The reason why I say that is because whoever is in their energy is getting a very low vibrational side of this individual that it's not even funny. Their family and friends are getting a low vibrational side of this individual, all right? Because they know that they moved wrong. They should have studied that chessboard just a little bit better than what they did. They didn't study it. They made moves. They thought they knew. They thought they knew, but they didn't. They knew nothing. They knew nothing. If they would have known, I doubt it very seriously if they would have took that route. Right. They chose the love of lust. They chose the love of money. They chose everything other than that. That's what they chose. They did this consciously, and this is the reason why they ass is in stagnation and limbo, and this is the reason why their life is uncertain. It's just that, and it's going to stay uncertain. I mean, really, to be honest with you, I don't see that spark coming back. The only way I see that spark coming back, and nothing suffices. First of all, they're insatiable. All right, you guys. The reason why I know they're insatiable is because I feel like this is a divine union here. So if this is a divine union, that means that all the needs would have been met within this union. Okay? That wasn't good enough for them. They wanted more. All right? So they're the same individual. Nothing's changed except their perception. They're realizing now that they sacrificed something that they should not have sacrificed to gain absolutely positively nothing. They wish and hope and praying on a star. Doesn't matter. And the reason why is because they're wishing, hope, and praying on a star that they're going to get in that position of glory. But I'm going to tell you something. The greedy never do. All right? It's just that simple. The greedy never do. And they're going to learn that. They're going to learn that the hard way. Holy Spirit. They want to overcome this. They definitely do. They want to overcome what you've overcome. Their walk is different than what your walk is. Your walk is embodying all the kings, empowering up, leveling up, becoming a protector, a provider, a protector of your destiny, your path, your future path, overcoming obstacles, victory, success, driven to succeed, investing, growth, nurturing, okay? Holy Spirit. They want to reach out, they want to talk to you, but they won't. I'm going to tell you they won't. I already know they won't. And if they do reach out and talk to you, you're not going to get the truth, okay? The reason why is because this person is so defeated. They look real dumb out here. They really do. They're trying to cop what they already had with you. And they're not able to do it, okay? So what I'm saying is that, yes, they may reach out. They may tell you, but they're not going to tell you that they sat up here and sacrificed you and everything that y'all had worked. For some of you guys worked very hard together, all right? For some of you guys, this was a coming together and you guys were coming up. Some of you guys had already made it and they exploited you, all right? Lived a double life in the name of greed, possibly, okay? But they're not going to tell you that they lost all of this, all this destiny making with the divine union just to gain nothing, just to gain emptiness, just to be sitting somewhere thinking about, I remember when. That is a horrible fucking existence. Okay, you guys? That is torture. When you see people like that, that is torture. Because they're looping a part in their life when they themselves felt like they mattered. That is sad, okay? Because you're supposed to feel like you matter every day of your life. Past, present, and future, okay? They don't feel that way. They don't even recognize what's going on around them right now. They don't. The only thing that they can think of is hindsight. And when in hindsight is 2020. So if hindsight is 2020 and they keep looping it and that's the last time they felt alive, well then I will go so far as to say that they're also looping how they lost it. They're looping how they lost it. So the next time you see a person like that, you know, don't just, because I used to be like, man, you know what I'm saying? Have compassion. Have compassion. Because they're not just reliving just the good parts. They're also reliving over and over and over again every single day where they fucked up. And that is called regret. Okay, you guys? And regret is horrible, especially when it haunts you on a daily basis. That's what they feeling. No, they're not going to tell you this, so that you may speak to them. It's a good possibility. Person definitely watches you. But this is where they live at. And the 5 of coins, okay? Misfortune, loss, devastation, adversity, lack mentality, not being satisfied, left out in the cold, leaving their damn self out in the cold. When they sacrifice you, they sacrifice their damn self, all right? Scandals and disgrace. I don't even want to go into the people that they're around. Yeah. All because of this divine union and how impulsive they were to seize moments to deceive somebody here, to betray somebody here, backstab somebody here. Y'all, this energy is deep, okay? we're about to wrap this up because this is a lot, okay? So if you guys are still here with me, you guys please give me white and red hearts. That's going to do several things. One, is going to let me know that you did make it to 4835. Wow, okay? Because this is a long ass video. But it also is going to let me know that you guys are engaging in the channel, that you guys are enjoying the content, and that you guys do want that free read, okay? So let me tell you guys who's here. This is a collective reading. This is for anybody who this will resonate for, all 12 signs. And like I said before, my intention is for it to find the right individual. When I was praying and meditating, that's the only thing I said. I said, I will deliver the message, Lord. Just let it find the right people. That's and I know for a fact he will, okay? Pisces, you in the house. Gemini. Leo, you up in here. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Scorpio. Aries, Taurus. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You looking damn good. You didn't allow nothing. You didn't allow this to stop your flow, Virgo. You sure didn't, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Pisces, Cancer. Get ready, okay, you guys, for this person to be trying to contact you. But you need to understand, they will never expose how deep it goes, even if they expose a little bit, right? they still would not expose how deep it goes, all right? How deep this regret goes. And when you think about this person, I want you to make sure that you're thinking about that person that I mentioned, because that right there kind of gives it a context, right? I don't really think nobody has never experienced that type of person. All you got to do is go down to the corner store and you'll hear somebody talking about, you know, when I was married, and you know, we had a house, and you know, we had cars, and you know, I had this back then and that back then, and you know, it's almost like they get caught up in the shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like they could sit there, because I don't know about you, but I know me, right? I already know, okay, you guys? I can feel the shit, all right? So when they get to talking, I already know where it's going, all right? So in my mind, I've already kind of checked out a little bit, okay? Because I'm really not interested too much in like past shit. I'm really more interested in like future forward movement. So if I do say something to somebody, it will be like, well, what are you doing now? You see what I'm saying? What are you gonna do about this now? You see what I mean? Like, well, have you thought about doing it now? You know, that's the type of person I am, okay? So I'm not really a good person to really be doing that with, okay? Because I already know the agony. I can feel it. You see what I'm saying? I can feel it on them. Their aura exudes it. And it's almost like it doesn't matter whether you're listening or not. They don't care whether you're listening, to be honest with you, okay, you guys? The only thing they care about is the fact that they could relive it over and over again, all right? So rather you're paying attention, and 9 times out of 10, if we being honest, okay, and we know these individuals, we really ain't paying attention, all right, you guys? It's almost like, yeah, okay, all right, good, that's good, you know what I'm saying? Well, I know you was happy, you know what I'm saying, that, all right? But it ain't like, oh, wow, tell me more. No, keeping it real if we being honest, okay? So they go on and on and on. This is this person, all right? So if you were visualizing, okay, well, what happened to my wife, right? After she done sat up here and been hopping, dealing with this man, dealing with that man, just because I treated her like this and she seen this with me and I showed her another side of life. Now she thought that she could take this divine union with this destiny and go do it somewhere else, and now she's stuck. You need to imagine that person, because that's the energy of this, okay? So with that being said, you guys, hopefully I was able to put one piece together for you. If I was, that means I've definitely done my job. I'd appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. Collective, it's always a pleasure. I'll see you guys soon.